Now, together for the first time, all your least favorite soft rock hits of the 70s you've been trying to avoid for decades. K-Smell presents Now That's What I Call Lame. Hear tracks from all of the most hated artists of the Super Suck 70s, such as Joni Mitchell,
Paid Paradise and put up a parking lot.
Nils Lofgren, Henry Gross, Maria Muldaur, Maureen McGovern,
There's got to be a morning after.
Neil Young,
Seen the needle and the damage done.
Debbie Boone, Mary McGregor, The Captain and Tennille, Melanie,
I got a brand new pair of roller skates.
Barry Manilow, music not available at this time, and many, many more. All the music that annoyed you at the dentist's office or at the mall is back in one easily avoidable collection. Wondered why they invented punk rock? Send no money to K-Smell Records, Box 000, Los Santos, California. So don't delay, this offer thankfully won't last long. Get yours now, before they're all pulled from Spotify. But wait, there's more! If you don't order now, you'll avoid these Super Suck artists, such as Peter Frampton. Ooh, baby, I love your way. James Taylor.
I see fire, I see rain.
And John Travolta. Gonna let her in. Gonna let her in. So don't wait. Operators are not standing by. Don't call. Coming soon to Amazon Prime. What happens when the most revered and celebrated series in fantasy adventure becomes the latest casualty in the culture war? You get gay hobbits, that's what. See yet another beloved classic butchered with current-day politics, gratuitous nudity, and the all-encompassing buzzword of diversity. Also, those who scream the loudest on Twitter will completely ignore it and then move on to the next thing to ruin. Watch as Amazon Prime destroys another favorite with The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. With a name like that, I expect Sonic to go jumping through some hoops. And all these studios gotta be tired of losing money at some point. Am I right? Now streaming on Disney+. He's Dance the Hokey Tokey with Tusken Raiders. Relive the chase scene from Back to the Future Part 2. Now watch as the galaxy's most feared and badass bounty hunter relives the kitchen scene from Ratatouille. This show is getting to the point where Disney is just ripping off itself now?
You know who I am?
Seriously, what the hell is going on over at Lucasfilm? Any goodwill you were trying to win back is being completely squandered. Well, at least Ming-Na Wen is nice to look at. Then watch as he gives Bantha scratchies and Treatos. Well, actually, that is the best part of the show. Tamura Morrison stars in the role that will eventually destroy his career in Kitchen Nightmare. What's next? Seriously, I don't even want to know at this point. But at least we get to see a Wookiee rip a guy's arm off.
Take two. Alright, take two. I had a freaking bad panic attack at the beginning of the last. I'm sorry. I think it's better now. I got some stuff in me. Hey, is there any specials today at our local? You know what? I don't have my soundboard hooked up. Human soundboard.
Smoke weed every day.
The one time when we came out to Vegas, we kept noticing we were smelling a certain substance all up and down the strip. And yeah, and so I'm like, oh, I need my soundboard. So and then just
Smoke weed every day.
poking him every time. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just like after the 700th thing that hit me, like I had forgotten to, because of the moving experience from heck, it was just awful. I had like last week was what, Memorial Day, so we ended up, we were gonna like get my utilities, all of them. I had one left. It wouldn't let me do it online. And then I just remembered first, like 4 a.m. yesterday, I forgot to cancel my utilities, or I don't even know if it was the power or the gas or whatever. So after like that, and then we were looking for a washing machine and dryer to find used relatively cheap. Every like 7,000 things, and I'm like, and then panic attack sets in. So sorry about that. I think it's gone. I think it's gone now. So this is the newest. This is like the better camera that gets me like more human lighting. I look less vampiric. I think I prefer the bad camera. So we'll see once I get all that hooked up. I'm on the Snowball and the laptop. So forgive me if like everything isn't perfect and set up. I don't have any of my stuff. And it's super echoey because I have nothing in here and I need to get shelving soon. Yesterday we got a desk at least. So I got a new desk and a new chair.
Yay.
So the crummy one, this is a cheapo. So it'll probably last longer. It was like what? It was like a third of the price of the last chair. The desk is it's an actual gaming desk. I don't have a shelf underneath though, so I won't be hitting my knees all the time. That's a good thing. But I also am constantly reaching under the desk top. But it's like a huge wide one, and we're gonna get a soundproof soon. So sorry about the echo. Also, we'll probably have some visits from little Aminal guys. Maybe.
Door's not open.
Door's not open. Okay, no, it's not. But if it were, we might. All right, the Orville. Let me pull that up. I liked it less than he did. Okay, there's a lot of good and a lot of like things that are just on my last nerve sort of thing. I think it's a me thing.
I thought it was very reminiscent of classic TNG.
Very, oh yeah, very much so. That was some of the good and bad of it for me. Because I was one of those people kind of bothered watching TNG the last time I did a complete watch through. The last time I did a complete TNG watch through was probably 2008 or so, and I was starting to notice, wait a minute, why are they bending backwards for every other race out there? Why are they the whipping boys of the galaxy? Why are they the ones who submit to everything? So it was kind of it wasn't really called woke then, but it was some of the modern day ideologies overstepping the classic ideologies I was always kind of more of a fan of. How do I put this? Is it still in my radar as a TNG? I want to say, well, it's like the Voyager people. More of the Voyager people, but I think some of them did work on TNG.
Brandon Braga,
Manny Koto.
This episode was written by Seth MacFarlane.
Okay. It seems like it. Okay, so some of the stuff that I found problematic, and I hate, this is such a mean nitpick though. The pacing, it could have been about 20 minutes shorter. And I know why they did this, and I think this is a good thing for most people, and this is going to be only a me thing. So don't listen to me on this. It felt like so much trying to be cinematic with like the long ship shots and the this and the that I'm so unaccustomed to in modern day television, I guess. And that's just a me nitpick of I only have about 40 minutes. I don't want to spend an hour and 8 on a TV show. Because time is always an essence for me. And I know why they did it, and it is exactly the right call for, this type of show. So this is just a me thing. This is just a me issue. What did you think of all that? They CGI porn.
We did get more cinematic ship porn, prawn, as they say. We did see more effect shots. Which I didn't mind so much. The episode did start to run a little long.
Now you're noticing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I pointed it out, you noticed it.
It could have. Well, I'm looking at it. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
like an hour and 8 minus credits.
Yeah. It does tend to run a little long. Maybe 50 minutes. More like classic Trek.
Well, they did that because they were trying to go like, this is the opening of the season. We've got the cinematic budget. We're gonna shoot our
load right here.
Yeah, because it's been 2 years. I get why they did it. For me personally, though, that's the only thing.
They did.
I think it needed to be this pace, though, for what the message they were trying to convey.
There is the A plot and there's a running B plot about the A plot about Isaac.
Yeah.
And there's a running
So
B.
it's full spoilers.
There's a running B plot which involves Isaac. And
Actually, before we get into spoilers, if you are a fan of the Orville, I think you're going to really, 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 really enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay attention to culture stuff, there might be a few issues that you might be a little tired of seeing, but I think the majority of people are going to say, oh, and this is exactly how you do this type of message, and they're going to be perfectly fine with it. Yes. And they're not as 1 foot out the door as people like me.
So, okay.
So,
is it better than Star Trek? The current iteration? Yes.
Yes.
Much better.
Yes, this episode, listen, like, before we even spoil it, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
5 out of 6 Chewbacca's.
5 out of 6 Chewbacca's. Okay, so so yes, we both are giving it really, really high. I am going to be heavily nitpicking because of my mood and anxiety attack.
It's not.
I enjoyed it more last night as I was watching it than me recapping it.
It's not perfect, but it's not perfect. It does drag in places a little bit, but it is probably the best television you'll see.
It is if you are a Star Trek fan, this is your show.
Yes.
They outdid every single message or how do I say it? They give you exactly, if you want a very progressive racism is bad message.
Yes.
And you want an example. This is a textbook. This is like a Darmok. This is like a Darmok.
Darmok.
Don't you think? Would you put this up where
Darmok and Jalad on the ocean.
With how important of an episode this is going to be, and that is exactly why I enjoyed it less as a piece of entertainment. That's my problem with it. Oh, there you go. I needed the anxiety attack to be able to say what was... This is like a Darmok. And for people... You're going to love this if you love Darmok, right? For me, I cannot stand the Darmok episode because of how long it takes them to get to the point of the thing. It's like they're speaking in metaphors, But it is to a message of bigotry and acceptance as important as Darmok is to like TNG, okay? Is that a good way to put it? Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your textbook example of how you do the message. As a piece of entertainment, however, because of how they did this, I found myself taken out as a piece of distract me from my life entertainment and more of a... this is exactly what I don't want to be watching, to be distracted from the real world and the real life stuff sometimes, right? Like, this one was a little bit too heavy-handed of a message episode, I think, for me. Hopefully the next one will get... I understand that was the focus of this one. So hopefully the next episode will be a little bit more fun or explory, or, hey, here's a new alien race, sort of. So hopefully the next episode will be a little less important. But I see why they did this. And this is just a me thing. People are going to be like, Mecca, you're stupid. Okay, so, I mean, to kind of prove my point, this is how they open the episode. Like, tearjerker, Norm. Oh, I got to go check and see if the air conditioner's on. See if it's doing the thing. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So it hasn't come on.
Yeah, if someone want to know, is Norm in it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Norm is. It's, you do feel sad.
There's a lot of feels in this one. Like, this is like genuine feels, unlike the cringe Discovery, eye roll funny feels. It's like, no.
Shut up.
There's
no,
a moment.
there's some earned emotion in this.
There's real earned emotion. Claire, there's a moment with like give Penny Johnson Gerald an Emmy for crying out loud. She was always my favorite. She's been my favorite character in this for the past 2 seasons, and she's still like the best character. She's got God, God, I don't know how much I'm gonna spoil. She's coming to terms with her feelings in this, and she's got a moment with Kelly where she's saying, well, how do I feel? How do I handle it if I feel this way? And like real grown up, actual adult sort of emotional responses to things. And the way she handles it, she goes into their like hollow thing and they turn off the music and they let her they kind of just sit there with no sound while we kind of follow her into to sit down at a table. We hear her breath.
It was the restaurant from season 2.
The restaurant from
where
season 2.
Isaac and her had their first date, and Isaac was the holographic projection.
And the way
of
the way that they handle this, where they turn off the music and you slowly push in on the camera, and
she sits down at the table.
Alone, and you hear her breath, and you hear her actual emotion of what she's going through with this loss and this grief and all of this overwhelming.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Isaac was a machine. Yes.
Well, we didn't even get into that. We're not spoiling it yet.
But
we'll get into
But I mean, but the idea of Isaac was a machine, but this is a real person. This is a real, fully developed person, and the person that she had a relationship with, and the person that she potentially loved.
Yeah, it's light years ahead of you. Yeah, absolutely. Like this is one of those episodes you're gonna go back to, like About a Girl, like all of the this is one of those episodes that you're gonna go back to and say, here's your textbook, here's your Darmok, here's your
This is how you do this type of story. It is so well written. I don't know if Seth MacFarlane.
But I don't like those as entertainment pieces, though. I don't know if he did. Well, he's that good of a writer, though. He's that smart.
John Favreau was a consultant on this.
Yeah, John Favreau was a consultant.
But he, oh my God, like I said, it's like this completely earned moment. Okay, we get some good ship, and there's actually a prelude to this about the battle with.
Should probably turn off the sound.
Yeah, we can't do a lot of footage from the Orville.
Yeah, just because Fox is really kind of shitty about it, but I can probably give you some screenshots and some stills here.
Okay, there's a good prelude here with.
This is the opening that we saw where he's running through the ship. This is the battle, right? So this is what they're setting up, that they're still very, very traumatized by the battle that happened, right?
Yeah. Okay, and we find out that was it Marcus? Yeah, there's Marcus, Penny Johnson Gerald, Dr. Finn's oldest son.
Yeah, the oldest son. He's having nightmares and stuff about this moment.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. Are we not? It's not seeking forward. Okay, there we go.
Well, push. Yeah, it takes a second.
Yeah. Okay, it's catching up. I'm also on the Wi-Fi, so I'm not hardwired yet.
Yeah.
I could be.
Penny. Okay, so Marcus goes into their quarters and finds his brother Ty.
Yeah.
All right, and click back. All right, and he has a jump scare. He jumps out of his sleep, and we see that it is a nightmare. He's been having recurring.
He's been having nightmares about the battle, about running from the Kalon, about all the stuff from the previous season, how he ended that with the Kalon Wars. So.
Okay,
which is completely understandable, as you would have to, like, this is exactly what they never show you on Star Trek. Nobody actually is mad at Michael Burnham for causing this great war where she got all of her crew injured or almost.
That's because she's the bestest ever.
It's like wouldn't Kayla Detmer on Discovery be like, I got this thing over my eye because
see
of
this?
you.
See this? This is you. You did this.
Yeah.
No, they just everything's just. Oh, let's see you later. No, it's okay. No, that's cool. No, it's cool, Mikey.
Yeah. So that's basically what we're dealing with in this episode, is that the entire most of the crew, like some of the crew, have a real problem that Isaac is on board because of the Kalon thing. I mean,
he sold them down the river.
Mm-hmm. So except for Lamar.
Lamar
seems pretty reasonable. He's like, yeah, you're just.
He may not like it, but he's like, he's made peace with it.
Yeah, I think he's gone into the acceptance stage, and he's like, hey, sorry, we got to kick you out of your workspace, Isaac. And while Isaac's away, that's when we realize how much the crew really, really hates him. So he's like, hey, go take 5, go take some. Are they upgrading? They're doing all the retrofits.
They're doing all the retrofits.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Hey, go get a drink.
Go get a drink. I don't drink. So he has to go into the mess hall anyway.
He has a few real Data moments here.
Yeah, this is a lot of real Data moments. He's like, "Can I sit here?" They're like, "You got our whole crew killed. We don't like you." Especially Blondie here. Now, the Blondie's like the new
Charlie Burke, I think is his name.
Yeah, she's like our new focus on the thing. I don't know if she's gonna be reoccurring or is just this episode.
She's a Helms person.
Okay, she's our new Helms because Lamar got promoted to engineering.
That's right.
Okay, so now that we have an engineer, so she's on our show regularly now.
Yeah.
Okay, I like her enough. I like that they're setting her up to be, you know, to have a lot of depth. Like, we already know so much about this character already.
Okay, so here we see
everybody he's like, "Can I sit here?" They're like, "Sure." Then they all get up and go. She comes back. We're gonna leave her on this
there's
face.
a stone face.
We'll leave her on this face. That's great.
Smoke weed every day.
Leave her on the stoned face. So she basically starts questioning, like, what does it feel like to know that you killed all these people? What does it feel like to know that we all hate you here on the ship? She basically mean girls him.
I don't feel.
Yeah, and he's like, "I don't feel." So, but he does like to observe what they're doing. He's like, "Yeah, I like to, the bigotry and hatred is and that's the thing that all these people with empathy don't realize, like all the wokier than nows over on STD and stuff. They don't realize that hatred is bigotry. That hatred of people who don't think like you is a bigotry, and they don't understand that they're the bad guys in that situation, you know? That this all, like the pronoun stuff, that's all new. That's all like 2 years old for most people. So for everybody to be demanding, and you're just a bigot if you question or don't understand or want to have a different opinion, they just hate you, right? And that's the message that really, really comes across for is this one? Is this one? Full spoilers. Is that this one? I hope so. Oh, anyway, there we go. I tried to keep my chat on my phone here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where was I at with this?
Okay, so about empathy, about people hating you.
People with empathy. I went off on 17 tangents.
Even if you have quote unquote empathy for someone, you can still listen. Empathy just means you share, you know what it's like for what people go through an emotional different kind of emotions. One of those emotions can be hate.
Yeah.
Hey, you can empathize with someone. Can you empathize with someone as to why they would hate that, or they would hate this person, or they would dislike this? It doesn't have to be, empathize with it. Everybody gets along and sings kumbaya.
Yeah. It's like, I can understand what your problem with this is, or whatever, or what your issue is. They don't get that in the wokier than now stuff, because it's a zealotry, it's an ideology, and that is one thing that they do very, very well in this episode as a piece of art, as a piece of, this is our cultural identity of how we handle bigotry and hatred and differences. So she mean girls him, and he's like, "Yeah, I get to sit here and observe how you guys handle hatred and bigotry, so I'm not really bothered by it." So while he's away talking to her, we find that this is a long scene, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. This is an important scene.
Oh yeah, this is an important scene. This is her backstory of why she hates the Kalon. Because her best friend sacrificed herself to save her life in the whole battle. So she's pretty damn triggered by it, which is understandable. I mean, so this is her best friend that she lost, and this is why she hates the Kalon. She treats them like because they literally killed everybody. So she's like, and this is why we hate you.
300 people died on that ship.
Yeah, 300 people died on that ship, and I was the only survivor. We hate you because you killed us all. So,
which is again empathy. I mean, empathy doesn't always have to be,
Yeah, and he doesn't quite. I mean, I think he understands that they're mad, but he's not personally hurt by it. But he doesn't. He's such a good, complex character, and he does feel things in his own way. And when Seth MacFarlane gets to, we'll get to the eulogy part. Oh God, that's so good. How is her feelings on there?
She's head of security.
Yeah.
She's just very straight-laced.
I don't remember. Does she hate Isaac or not?
No, she really doesn't. She doesn't hate Isaac, but she recognized what she did, and I think she's also made peace with it.
Yeah, I
but
think
she
she's
knows
kind of picking up that the crew is not happy.
She has a job to do. She knows I have a job to do. I'm security of the ship, and nothing. You cannot let any harm come to any crew member if you're security, and that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna protect everybody, including Isaac.
Mm-hmm. So he
Steve
goes back
Botham,
in,
Steve
and
Botham,
this is
come
all
on! It was only 300 people.
Murderer.
Yeah, murderer. Okay.
So we got somebody painted murderer. Now everybody assumes it's this new chick.
They're trying to figure out who it is.
Yeah. That's why. The security chick, she overheard this girl basically railing on Isaac, saying, "We all hate you." She reported back to the captain, like a good security chief would do. Oh, we'll get into strange new worlds. God, that was awful.
There are no security. Oh yeah, it's
Lady Khan. It's the Khan chick, and she was spending the whole damn time playing bingo with number one.
Steve Botham, $5.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steve Botham.
We still do it all for the jiggles, but now they are Vegas jiggles.
Yeah, and we do have a couple videos in the works. I want to get the room soundproofed better, and I want to get the shelving in that I have to buy at some point, which I don't have money for. Someday. We'll get the soundproofing in so I can do proper voiceover on the stuff, because that's kind of how a lot of the Vegas stuff is going to do. Uh-huh. So far we got Cake Vending Machine and Bellagio Gardens are the two we got in the works. So if you guys like the Cake Boss, he's got a cake vending machine, which we did try. So those are the ones that are going to go on the Back to Vegas channel sometime soon. And they're evergreen, so they can go anytime.
Alright, so where were we? Okay, so
where were we? There's bigotry in the crew and the ship. We get that.
Like some new opening.
New opening,
sequence.
I'll skip past that.
Okay, Ensign Charlie Burke, okay.
Ensign Charlie Burke.
Okay, so they are retrofitting the Orville.
Yeah.
They've got EV suits on, okay, and there's Malloy.
I'm trying to get to the next actual important thing.
Okay,
I think it's her.
She still looks high. Okay,
she
here
still
we go.
High. That's because we keep reframing her wrong. This is when we get into Isaac's been getting a lot of crap from people. This is where they actually tell the captain. We get into the actual plot. This is why I say this is like a little slow, because they have a lot of like the ship shots. Mm-hmm. It's very cinematic. This is their we need an Emmy sort of episode, and I think they might get it with this because this is actually very, very well done.
The concept, let ye without sin cast the first stone, clearly has died by the 25th century. Well, there's still humans. Still humans.
Yeah.
So, I mean, alright, so
we're made aware that there's this huge issue. Yeah, the crew has a problem with everybody on the ship hating Isaac. So, they don't like him. Isaac's like, I'm not bothered, I don't really care. But you can't let the crew treat you like that. So they question her because she actually was saying really crappy stuff to Isaac. Hey, you can't be hateful to people on the ship, Missy. But you've got a problem with that. But he handles this so well. He doesn't actually get argumentative.
No.
In this scene. All right, let's recap the scene. This is an important one.
Okay, all right, listen, we know you have your issues with Isaac. Okay, did you do this? No, I did not. Okay, fine. We have to find out who did. Mm-hmm. But, and he goes, listen, speak freely. Isaac killed my crew members, killed my best friend. We have, he goes, I realize that, but you have to realize people hate Isaac because of what he did. He goes, well, he's a valued member of this crew, and you maybe are our only defense against the Kalon. Yeah. So you better learn to live with it. He pretty much told you better learn to live with it.
Yeah, and even we'll get into that once we get into it. Basically, you can't be hateful and bigoted in this crew. And she's like, well, guess what? A lot of people feel the same way that I do on this crew. You have a problem.
Bigotry has no place on my ship.
Yeah.
Like Captain Kirk, remember?
Yeah, and that's the real heavy-handed message of this. And like I said, it keeps going pretty slow.
But it's listen, she has a valid reason to hate Isaac. Mm-hmm. I mean, and she has a valid, hey, listen, if it wasn't for him, my best friend would still be alive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people's best friends would be alive. And that's what she said. Everybody on the ship has been affected by what Isaac did.
Just like Michael Burnham. Only everybody just kind of got over it.
Oh my God, you're so great, Mikey Burnham. You're so great. Oh my God, how can we ever do this without you?
It's like
never mind, tens of millions of civilians are dead, and there was a war.
Yeah, what
and
if they had
and
like
the fleet admiral is also dead. And I got this implant because of you, and
Wouldn't if they had like some episode like that
think,
where they did go through their grief?
Do you think
did they?
Do you think Timmy is in the wheelchair because of Mikey Burnham?
Probably. Yeah, actually, I think he was because he was only introduced during their big diversity episode. Well, they kind of did where everybody had something and she had guilt from it. But everyone's like, oh no, it's fine. We got cool robot implants. We don't care.
The only thing I ever saw.
She was more bothered than everybody else.
When the only thing I saw when Lisa Left Eye, and she just stared at Mikey Burnham for like a second. Then afterwards, okay, never mind. It's okay. It's cool. We're cool. We're good. We're besties now.
Yeah, 300 new job openings. It stirs the pot. Here we go. So yeah, they're getting the retrofit on the outside of the ship.
Okay, all the new equipment. And then actually, this is good. Yaphet is in one of these suits.
Yeah, he's in one of the EVA suits.
Well, he takes the form of whatever he's in. You know?
Oh, they got a new little ship too, new fighter.
Fighter, yeah.
It looks like a little Viper, kinda like an Orville Viper.
Yeah, it's a small Orville.
Yeah,
it's a one-seater Orville.
Look at that! Look how cute that is. So that's their new ship. It's like their little fighter ship.
Yeah.
It's like a Viper with like a shoe handle, like a flip flop.
Someone should point out, if not for Isaac, the Kalan would have won this war. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
well,
they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do. If it wasn't, he may be the only defense they have against them. So, and there's Blondie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a cute little ship.
And so Isaac helped development. Oh, Isaac.
Yeah. Oh, Isaac. We don't like him. And even Malloy's like, hey, I don't like him either. There's a lot of us who feel like you do.
But we put it aside, and she says, nope, stay angry.
Mm-hmm. Stay angry and be a hateful bigot. Why? Because it's fun and it fuels your anger or something. It's like, no, it's okay to be angry.
Okay, so there they are in engineering.
This is them just still retrofitting and upgrading.
And upgrading the ship. And Isaac is doing a lot of upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
So, and...
Oh, Dr. Finn and...
Ty.
And the younger son. They want to come and see how Isaac is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to see how Isaac is.
I'm functioning within normal parameters.
Very dated.
Very dated. Penny Johnson-Gerald still looks very, very attractive for an older lady. Well, she's not that old. She's like in her 50s.
She's not. She's age appropriate for you, Rob. Old man.
Yeah. Okay, there they are. They're testing the fighter.
So the younger son doesn't really have any. He kind of still thinks of Isaac as like dad.
As a dad figure. Okay, so now they're testing out the fighter. Actually, it's a pretty good scene. You get to see Malloy's skills.
Yeah, they do spend enough time. Like, they could have cut out this fighter stuff and put it in the next episode, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is really important to the plot, and it does mean that the thing is, like, so much longer.
Yeah. But, yeah, we get to see some of Malloy's skills, though.
Yeah,
rather than saying he's best pilot in the... Oh, who's that? Albert Nana Retro. Kudos to you for not going with the...
Sexually assaulted Thor is funny. It probably would surprise you how many people think it's funny and how many women have defended it.
Sexually assaulted Thor? I don't know what that is. Sexually assaulted Thor.
Oh, when they made him all undressed. Because remember when I'm like, they should have been too? It's like, yeah, the chick should have been. I mean, they need to be making out. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry. I'm like, what? What did I say? I have been, well, we just moved to like halfway across the country.
There's...
my brain isn't on, and human soundboard.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, after so I'm like, it took me a while to remember. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Talk about the how many women have defended it. Yeah. I've heard of photographers that when they have females disrobe, that they will also do that themselves just to make them more comfortable. And they do it, but they do it in private. I don't know where we're going with this, but they were you mentioned that. I'm trying to be as tactful as possible. Smoke.
talking. Keep
I
talking
Roach
while I
Clip
talk.
with the Jefferson hair pie. Yeah. Roach, this weed is a mother effer. No, you can't say that, man. You can't say that. That's not right. Hey, what do you want? Good grammar or good taste?
Oh, Lord. So,
Dan,
that burn going down. Shoot. All right. Where are we? This is what kind of dragged a little. Oh, we get to see Bortus for about a minute. I forgot he was in this.
Bortus. He wasn't in this very much.
No. It was well. This is kind of why I say that maybe they spend a little too long on the.
Well, there's really no need for him to be in it.
Well, yeah, I know, but like on the Malloy stuff too, because there was really no need for him to be in this too much either.
All right, so okay.
He didn't really have a whole lot to do.
So we see him hugging a donkey.
Hugging a donkey.
Remember that was the name, hug the donkey. Remember that
No.
from season 1? Hug the donkey.
No.
That was his maneuver.
Oh, okay. This is me trying to remember stuff.
Okay, so.
This is me trying to remember stuff.
So now they find out who did it.
Yeah, they find out who did it. It's Claire's son.
Yeah.
Or it's this kid, the oldest kid. He's like, I've been having nightmares forever about this. This isn't cool. Nobody likes him here.
Yeah. So
she's like, I don't care. We can't treat him like that because we're still human beings.
Yes.
Or did she say it's okay to be angry and let it out?
Listen, you're angry. Listen, you're angry. I understand you're angry, but you know what? We've all lost people, and you use my access code to synthesize the paint. Okay, so.
I'll be back. Get in there.
All right, so I'm in the hot seat now.
You're the hot seat. I got cough. It's sniffle.
All right, so Claire is very angry at Todd. So Claire still has feelings for Isaac, regardless of what they did. How's it going, everybody? How you doing? So anyway, I'm gonna straighten my hat a little bit. So yeah, so Claire still is. So he says, "Listen, Claire, says to Marcus, if you're having nightmares, come to me. We have to talk about this. We have to work it out." Which very concerned mom. She's very, and even though she's angry, she still does want what's best for Marcus. Yeah, would you think that's not an unfair statement? Even though she's angry with him, she still wants what's best for him.
Yeah.
But she also wants to make sure that Isaac is treated fairly, by the crew and everything else. Right. And he says, "Listen, if you have we have a problem. We all have to talk it out."
Mm.
So that's what that comes from. So okay, so they're hashing it out, and she had no idea that Marcus was having nightmares for the last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because this is taking place sometime after the battle with the Kalon.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, Mom, nobody wants him on the ship. So, oh yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, there are people who want him on the ship. You still feel that he's an important member of the crew. And if it weren't for him, we all wouldn't be here. I mean, he did what was wrong, but we wouldn't be here.
How's the chair feel?
The chair actually feels pretty good. I'm amazed that the mesh is actually more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my doubts, but I am comfortable. So there's Ed.
All right.
So there's Ed. With his bed. Ooh, he saw a rat or something. I don't know.
It's a thumbnail face. Actually. The thumbnail face.
There you go. There's your thumb. There's your thumbnail.
Alright.
Ron, you're seriously awesome for being so helpful. I try my best. It's all gonna come, but it all comes back to you. So it's.
I had to get up and sniffle, and then I remembered we had an apple fritter downstairs, and I got the munchies.
And the great, this is what's this talk about G and G? Oh, I don't know, Julie. I don't know.
Who cares?
They can, let them.
All right.
So okay, so.
What was going on?
Tiki Mantis is here. Hey, Tiki Mantis, how you doing?
Hey, Tiki Mantis. Welcome back.
Yeah,
I don't even have shelving. I need to buy everything. So long story short, move from heck. The mover. We had U-boxes that got canceled. Our movers show up wanting to charge double, basically, and give us all this bullshit, and try and keep like a big deposit.
So
we had to go plan C, which was just U-Haul and Rob drive a truck, and I drive.
So I can add long distance trucker to my list of credits.
Luckily, we played enough Euro Truck Simulator to know each other's driving habits.
Yeah. Well, and let me tell you, those trucks are exhausting to drive.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying.
Well, we had the cats in ours.
Yeah, I had the one kitty.
Yeah, well,
And
he didn't pee like the other two did.
But he got out of his carrier. He wanted to look around. He got out of his carrier, went like this. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Well, he looked out the window, and then he decided to park himself right under the brake pedal. With his little head under the brake pedal.
Like, that's a bad place, dude.
Okay, so, alright. But anyway.
So we had to pull over like 17 times.
But those, like I said, those trucks are exhausting to drive long distance because they shake and they vibrate and they rattle. And
yeah, we did the first 4 hours up and over the mountains.
And they're loud
overnight.
and they're...
Yeah.
So it's just very exhausting.
And you didn't have your MP3 player.
I didn't have my MP3 player until the last leg of the journey. So
Last hour. I'm sorry.
Okay, so hint a gallon. Here's a hint: gallon jugs for
Cats
peeing.
don't do that.
No, for
They wouldn't go in their little.
Agent Orange Cat, best kitty.
Yeah, he was a good boy.
When do we get the new home tour? And people. Yeah, and like I said, it is physically exhausting to drive in those trucks. So I imagine the big rigs must be different because they're built more for comfort.
Yeah.
But the U-Haul, not so much.
No, so these people, they come in, they want to charge us like double. They're like, oh, well, here, and everything is another few cubic feet. Another cubic feet increases your fuel price because you've seen gas prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, it was 2 fill-ups the whole way. So, you know.
All right. Well, anyway, so let's continue on.
All right, the Orville. So Isaac, he gets
in the lab, he gets confronted. They got the hollow Game Gear here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and he's trying to do some kind of studying.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty, we're gonna need a moment alone, and so they're all gonna try to hash it out.
So yeah. Oh, the older kid yelled at Isaac and said, "I hate you." Or does he say it now? Oh, he says it here. He says it now. Okay, so Claire says, "Hey," you know, because the younger kid's like, "Hey, how are you?" The older kid hates him, but Claire wanted to make sure that she had Isaac explain to the boys that he didn't, you know, that he's sorry. Basically, I'm sorry that this happened.
I wanted to apologize for everything that happened.
Yeah. So you know that's a good call.
Your mother told me you were under duress. I am sorry. I am sorry. And you can listen. He's a machine, but why would if he said I don't think it is appropriate to apologize since I didn't do anything wrong, he would have said so.
Right.
So yeah, it's a genuine apology. But it's not good enough for Ty.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, and he's
for
a
Marcus,
kid.
right? Marcus.
Yeah, for the older kid. He doesn't. He's like, no, I hate you. I wish you were dead.
I wish you would self-delete.
Yeah, I wish you were dead. Screw you, Isaac. You killed all these people. And then he runs out. So then Isaac sets up a whole elaborate thing to upgrade everything. Here's how to make everything better. Here's all the stuff I can do. And then he gives himself an impulse and he kills himself.
No, he self-deletes.
He self-deletes. Well, that's his full intention, is to end his existence. Because he's like, yep, this is, you know, I'm... Oh, thank you so much, Techie Mantis. Here's a little something else. Thank you so much.
Techie Mantis.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, thank you so much.
So they find... Okay, Isaac is on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is him. He's dead, right? We get the rest of the retrofit stuff. They're like, hey, we've increased efficiency, blah, 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 blah %. Bunch of cool sciencey techie stuff.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
This guy here says he threw his cake into the warp core. Uh-huh. It's a warp core.
Yeah.
He threw his cake into the warp core to see if the needle would move. Nope. Nope, didn't even move the needle. He says, "Well, I appreciate you sacrificing your lunch in the name of service."
So they still have funny moments. They still have like lighthearted Seth MacFarlane moments.
But that's good.
But this is a very, very heavy episode. And this is why I was like so resistant and hesitant to give it a higher score or to give it even a positive review, because I personally don't like the super heavy-handed, heavy episodes.
Yeah. So, but okay. So this is about halfway through the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so they find Isaac, and they said, "What did he do? Oh my God, he triggered an EMP pulse that ran through his systems and damaged everything." So they took him down to engineering. So they're gonna try to work on him.
Try and work on him. They've been trying to get Yaphet to.
Yaphet's gonna have to go in and see
again, because he did it before.
So Yaphet says,
"Nope, can't do it.
No, every damage is too great."
Yeah, so Yaphet is still in this.
He knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah. Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac knew exactly what he was doing to try and delete himself.
So it breaks the news. Isaac's no longer with us.
Mm-hmm. So the younger kid is upset, but the older kid's like, "No, I'm not. I'm fine. Good. I'm glad he's dead. I said I wanted him dead, and now it's good." So Claire's like, "You know what? If you need to talk, just let me know."
Okay, yeah, which is a very, very mom thing to do.
Yeah, because I don't even think she was like mad at him for feeling this, right? And that's one of the things that I really, really liked about this episode is that you're allowed to grieve the way you choose, whether it's be angry, whether it's be, vengeful, whether it's be celebratory,
be emotional,
whether it's to be sad, because and this is one of the things that is like a real good textbook way of handling grief as well, because then we get into the thing that I talked about in the earlier part of the stream with Claire's emotions of how she needs to process what feelings she even has. Because she's like, yes, but what if I still love him? What if I still... Oh, that's what's so hard. That's what this scene is. She's like, what if I still love him? What if I, how do I handle feeling the feelings that are... And it's not nearly as corny or cheesy as I'm explaining it. Like how Discover, here, help me out.
Yeah, well, it's just saying, how do we
what do I do?
What do I move on? How do I move on from this? And and so this is big. This nice moment, between Claire and.
And this is what Discovery tries so hard to do, is try to give these emotional human moments.
But they're not good at it.
But they're not good at it.
Because everybody just breaks down crying.
Yeah, because it's like she's not just breaking down crying. She doesn't know what to feel yet, and it's okay to not know what to feel yet. And that is one of the things that I really love about how intelligent and grown up these characters are. These are adults. Now, Discovery is children. Yes. Discovery are teenagers.
No, she says something very important. Claire says something very important. She's not just a doctor; she's a psychiatrist. So she's trained in how to really psychology. It's really a psychologist, but I'm not going to nitpick here. It would be somebody trained on being a ship's counselor and to help people. Well,
that's what she says to her son. She's like, "Yeah, I'm trained in how people deal with emotions."
But she's not necessarily trained in how to deal with those herself.
Yeah.
Which is actually good, and she needs help doing that. And now we have a service for Isaac.
The way he does the eulogy is so intelligent and grown up as well.
Oh my God, it's so.
Because like that's. I wish William Shatner were giving this speech or Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, yeah. Or even Ben Sisko.
Sisko, yeah. This is more of a Sisko speech, maybe. Oh, but the way he says the truth. It's like, some of you may hate him, some of you may love him, some of you. That's the eulogy part. Yeah.
This is a moment ripped right out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
This really is. You could easily plop this moment down into an episode of Next Generation or Deep Space Nine, and you wouldn't have to change a thing. And it fits so well, and it's such a human moment, and it is so well done. And they show that the chapel, or wherever it's the hangar bay or chapel, impromptu chapel, is not completely full. Like, okay, some people still have problems with Isaac.
Yeah. Some people don't even want to pay their respects.
Some people don't want to be there. They'd rather not do it. Maybe some people aren't prepared to do it. But it just shows you that, even though everybody you've lost a crew member, there's certain people that still aren't ready to forgive him. So, STD writers can't write real emotions. They do soap opera emotions, which are very big, broad, overblown because it's easier. Yes. Okay. And there's Lamar, and there's what's her name?
Kelly. Yeah.
And there's Jessica Zor, Tala.
Yeah. So like the bridge crew, the people who knew him the best.
Actually, is it this character back here?
No.
Is that the one that?
No, that's a different chick.
Okay, but we do get to see another character though. So and there's Ty, and Marcus isn't there. Okay. He
listens in at the end.
He starts to feel bad.
Yeah. He starts to feel bad, but not really. He's like,
starts to feel bad, like maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Well, no, is he there feeling bad yet? No.
Not yet.
He's not to the feeling bad.
He's not there yet. Okay, now Penny Johnson.
This one, God.
Oh my God, this is the moment that really gets you. And so Ty's recreated a hologram of Isaac on holodeck.
And she's like, we can't. I treat people who have problems dealing with loss in just this way. This is the worst thing we can do is revisit him. Which is so true. Like you would. If somebody died, you would be visiting them. They're hollow, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. Gareth Morgan, Anthony Wayne might not be a bad thing. Too many shows start strong, get 2 seasons, and you're going to leave us wanting more. Yeah. So she's like, Ty, this is not healthy. You have to learn to let go.
She's like, I know you're sad, and I know it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt for a while, and it's gonna really suck, but it'll get better eventually.
It'll get better eventually. So. But she's actually, you get the feeling that she's just not telling that to him, she's telling that to herself.
Because, like, even I think that's why she was down here. She was even wanting to go down and visit, basically, do exactly what he's doing. And she does kind of end up doing it, but she does it in such a better way than I think he does.
Yeah. So, I promise you it'll get better, Ty. I promise you'll get better. Now this is
the thing. This is the thing she needs an Emmy for. Oh my God. This is
Now for those who don't remember, in season 2, when they started their relationship, this is where they had their first date. And that's the restaurant. She's recreated it. She ran the program. And so keep going.
Yeah, just the slowness, the stillness. There's no music playing in this whole scene.
Yeah, there's no music. And they track in.
Yeah, they track in. It's one shot. You hear the shuffling of the tablecloth. You hear her steps.
The clinking of the plates.
Like and it is so well done to emphasize the emptiness and the loneliness and the sadness.
And the loss and
Yeah, and just she sits there and she just breaks down.
It's not all at once. It's very subtle. It builds.
Just how much it builds to it. I mean, you've seen it. Every click is 10 seconds, so it's like this is like a good minute and a half.
Oh yeah,
2-minute scene.
I'm getting verklempt.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
So, just the emptiness of it.
Yeah. Go back one. She's right there.
And then they kind of zoom out again.
Yeah,
and she's just crying. You hear her, and man.
Yeah. And it really, really, really pulls at the old heartstrings.
For anybody who goes through that, and see, that's another thing that I have to like score down personally for, which I feel terrible for, and I know exactly that it's good. It's just like I don't want to feel sad right now.
Well, but it's
that's kind of that's one of the things in entertainment. Like I don't want to feel sad right now.
Okay, so they're completing the retrofit.
Yeah.
There's Yaphet.
Yeah.
He's just like a blob with a mouth.
He pours himself out of the suit. That's cute. So this is them. They're testing out their retrofit stuff.
And there's Isaac's empty
station. There's the moment of Isaac's empty station. And then we move forward and we keep going, and then they take the ship out. Where were they headed to? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't know either. Or did they say even? So this is another thing where we get a lot of very long shots of like ships and space stuff, because we don't get that stuff in New Trek at all, hardly. So I get why they do it, and I understand, and I get that there's gonna be a lot of people who really, really love it. I'm like, I just want to get the episode done with because I have like an hour.
Noah Logue, this was a Darmok.
That's exactly what I said.
thought it dragged a little, but I loved it. You know what? The part of Darmok when he's telling the story of Gilgamesh gets me every time.
But yeah, that's exactly what I said at the beginning. This is like a Darmok level of importance, which I don't like the Darmok episode as a piece of entertainment. I like it as a piece of educational material, of like an instruction manual, right?
Yeah.
It's like a work of art that I wouldn't hang in my hall, but I would appreciate in a museum sometimes on the right occasion.
Sounds LVK sounds echoey.
It's very echoey. It's the new place. Sorry.
Well, the room is empty, so
there's like nothing in here except the green screen right now.
There's nothing to dampen the sound.
Sorry, I need shelving. And I had to leave all of mine because we had to move from heck. So now I got the desk and I've got a new chair, but I have no shelving.
I mean, the part that actually, I did have a passing recently. A friend of mine passed away down New Zealand, and I did, pay tribute to him and it was the line from Darmok: "He who was my friend through hardship and adventure is gone forever." So it's those kinds of moments, those real humanizing moments, you really appreciate. So.
Yeah, is it too echoey? I'm trying to lean in a little.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said,
lean in and speak into the mic instead of into the hall.
as you unpack more and get more stuff, and it'll dampen the sound.
Yeah.
So this is.
Well, Rob also doesn't know how to speak into a microphone.
No, it's smoke weed every day. Like I said, as you unpack more, it'll dampen the sound.
I hope so.
Yeah, it will.
But I need shelving. That's the thing. Like, I can't really unpack until I start getting that. So that's why another reason I was having a panic attack, because I'm like, oh great, it's gonna be echoey, and there's nothing I can do about it.
It's only temporary. So, like I said, it's only temporary.
Well, temporary until the stupid house keeps getting pushed back and pushed back.
Well,
back.
let's I don't know if you want to update people on that, but that's another issue.
Anyway, so Lamar, he's in bed with some chick, and
she's for an alien, spiky alien. She's kind of cute.
Well, here's the thing. We get to have the point of view of how an alien species would
deal
with this differently than like the humans, because they're dealing, because her species and culture kind of thinks that, well, we were pulled from the void against our will. It's our choice if we want to take ourselves out, and it's not like a huge.
It's not a huge deal.
It's just like somebody gets a tattoo or something.
They respect that choice.
Yeah.
Just, well, that was their decision. I respect their decision. Wow.
Yeah. And it might seem a little cruel or heartless to some people, but we get the whole. We get that point of view without, having to be mad at somebody for having that point of view, I guess. Because, you can at least understand it.
Anyone thinking holodeck is a way to bring back Isaac? Well, they get to that.
Well, they kind of get to that. So, they bring back Isaac through his idea here for some reason. How did he...
It's actually... They explain...
She has some little sucker or something.
She's like, yeah... But he gets the idea that he has a built-in backup.
Oh yeah, Isaac had a backup that he might not even know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he figures out how to basically have to go in and smash his SIM card. Sort of, he has to figure out how to do that because of something that she says here that I completely wasn't paying attention to.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
But he gets the idea from her.
Yeah. For some reason. I don't remember how. Probably something of, because we feel like we have to... Yeah. I don't remember.
I can't remember. I don't remember this part.
Like I said, it was like after about 50... This is 47 minutes in, so it's kind of like, are we getting to the end of it? That's another thing that was kind of a negative, is the length of it.
Yeah, I mean, he gets
the idea in the scene.
They could have tightened it up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I get why they did it. Okay, so he gets the idea to go in, try and get his SIM card, to smash that to see if there's any data that he's backed up. Apparently it was hidden so tiny in there that...
like a micro dot almost.
Yeah, it's like a micro dot. So he gets this guy to come and smash this. Here, smash it.
Glunk, or whatever his name is.
The tardigrade
Crunk,
guy.
or whatever his name is. Yeah, that guy's cool. I'm glad he got a little bit more air screen time.
So we see, I don't want to play too much of it.
Yeah,
we basically see, hey, here's how we get Isaac's code out, but we need some help with some engineering people who know how to deal with like complex, keeping up with, algorithm-y things.
Process more data points in a certain
Yeah,
sequence.
so they need the chick who's like super duper bigoted against Isaac. Who can do it? She can do it, because of course she can. Yeah, Charlie, who hates him. And they say, will you help bring back Isaac? And she's like, no, I won't.
And only if he can bring my friend back.
Yeah, only if you can bring my friend back. You're relieved of duty. It's like, okay then.
Actually, we get to that. We get to that point.
Oh yeah. We didn't get there yet. This is basically him saying, you know what? You can't be bigoted on the ship. We need, if there's a way to bring back Isaac, will you help us? So this is before he even orders her. This is before.
And he goes, he's trying to explain to her he was a vital part of this crew, and he may be the only person to be able to perform defense against the Kalon.
Exactly.
And guess who shows up?
The Kalon. And then the Kalon show up. So we kind of need Isaac back ASAP because, the Kalon show up. And so...
And they do something very clever here.
What?
To divert them. They load... They take the ship into the atmosphere of a gas giant.
So this is about when I started kind of zoning out.
Okay, and they launch. They fill a.
Oh yeah, they fill all their torpedoes into a shuttle or something.
Into a shuttle, and it detonates.
And then it detonates to go. Hey, go fetch, boys! And then they go after that instead. So now it's like, okay, we need Isaac back now. That's an order. Nope. No. You're relieved of duty.
You're relieved of duty. Mikey Spock would be like, I do what I want.
I do what I want.
I do what I want.
Mikey Spock and Mikey Spock Jr. Both of them.
Can't make me. You're gonna give me a promotion.
Both of them. So she gets to talking with the kid, and her talking to the kid is like, wait a minute, I don't want to be an example to this kid. So she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing here.
And so she's getting her drink on.
Yeah. So she talks to him about it, and then that's what. Did he ask her to fix him?
No.
What convinced her then? Just talking to him?
Talking to him, yeah.
Did he ask her or did he not ask her? Now I don't remember. Do you remember?
I don't think he asked her.
Okay, but she does end up actually helping them after talking to him, because they talk about how they're dealing with their greed, their hatred, their bigotry, and all this stuff, and then it's like, yeah, don't be like me.
And so
she does.
So she gets
So she does end up showing up to help.
What am I doing here?
And he's back! Yay! And it took a long way to get there. Yeah, she had the thing. It was like catching a bunch of bumblebees or something quick. Yeah.
Okay, so Isaac wakes up in engineering.
Yeah, he's like, why am I here? You killed yourself. So why am I here? You didn't do a good enough job. You failed at that because you're dumb. And she still hates him.
Yeah, I still hate you. Mm-hmm. But I guess you'll get over it. What's she?
What's she yelling about?
So Isaac they're having a moment. Isaac, why did you do this? Because everyone told me they hated me and they wish I was dead, and I realized that I should probably do it.
Yeah.
And so next time you have these ideas, you get this idea.
Come talk to me.
Come talk to me about it.
Mm-hmm. Don't kill yourself again, Isaac, or you'll be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Basically what it is. But a lot better written than that. This is why I say this kind of, like, they could have tightened some of this up. Like we're a minute or an hour and 6 into this now. Mm-hmm. And as a piece of entertainment, I don't know. Is less of a piece of entertainment and more of a, here is a textbook example of how to deal with the bigotry and the hatred of, people, dealing with people who have wronged you and this and that. So, all right, what else you got to say?
Like I said, he goes right back to work in the lab, so he carries on. And so we get it wrapped up. like I said, not that there's no long-term consequences.
Oh yeah, Son of Flemeth says yes. The spiky chick said she said even if she was gone, she would live on his memories. That's how I got the idea. It was in his memories.
In memory, yeah, his memory card.
Yeah, it was on his memory. It was on his SIM card. It was in his cache. So he didn't delete his cookies, and that's how they brought him back.
This is sounding more and more like an anti-bullying and
suicide prevention.
Yeah,
that too.
There is,
That too, I suppose. And so it was pretty heavy-handed, I thought, which is exactly what I don't enjoy sometimes. Is the pretty heavy-handed, message-heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think in this point in my life, I've dealt with so much of it that I already have my moral compass. And, I think that they did this as a way to neater Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean...
Because they know they can do it better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. This episode's going to get a lot of praise. It's going to get a lot of high marks and a lot of good reviews. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I liked a lot about it. It is very much exactly what I want from Star Trek. Sometimes. But... if I were, that's the thing. Like I've already seen so much of this type of stuff too.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I would rather see something a little more lighthearted and fun than a heavy thing when I'm trying to escape that in entertainment. However, I did show up to the Orville, which is Star Trek, so, I should know better what to expect. So. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of one of the things I had like some anxiety for earlier. I'm like, am I even the same person I was 3 years ago when this was last on? Or am I so over the message stuff? And I think that for me personally, I think I'm getting like so tired of the message. So, but other than that, it was a pretty decent episode. The pacing was a little too slow for my taste. What about you?
The pacing was a little slow. They, like I said,
he said Isaac died because of him. Okay.
Yeah, it could have been tightened up in a few places, but it was still overall. It was a great. It was a
you
really
can see because like I forget some of it because like I started zoning off and zoning out, tuning out. But yeah, I mean it's still the Orville and it's still good. It's still, if this is what you're looking for, this is exactly the best place to get it. So
yes.
All right, I want to keep this up and I want to keep this live so we can watch it back later. Right. An hour's not too bad, so thank you guys so much for putting up with everything. We'll get we'll get some stuff and shelving and things put in here soon, hopefully. I am Becca, and who are you?
I'm Rob off camera. And human soundboard.
Smoke weed every day. All right. Bye. We'll see you later. Bye.